Hey, I'm Caleb.
And I'm Kyra.
And together we have the great joy of being young families pastors here at Winepress. And we want to just quickly share a story of what Jesus has done in our life in these last couple of months.
Yeah, so we are pregnant with our third child. And at about 9 weeks pregnant, I woke up in the middle of the night in quite a bit of pain and with some other symptoms that suggested that things might not be
Everything
quite right.
was not as it should be.
So in the morning, we rang the hospital and, thought that they would probably say, oh, yeah, just monitor it and see how you go and everything should be fine. But instead they said, okay, no, you need to come straight to the hospital.
Yeah.
Are you experiencing this? Are you experiencing that? Okay, yep, you need to come into hospital.
Everything they were asking, it's like, is it like this? Is it this? It was like, yes, no, you need to come straight in.
So we got into hospital early in the morning and they did an initial sort of look and sort of asked me a bunch of questions, about what was happening. And they said, likely scenario is that you are having a miscarriage and we'll need to just do a few tests and an ultrasound, but you just need to be prepared that this is probably what the outcome will be.
It felt like they were basically saying they were pretty sure this is what's happening. We're going to do an ultrasound to confirm it. But this is what it looks like. And then they sent us to the waiting room. We didn't know
to wait for 5
hours. Which in itself doesn't suggest they were holding out a lot of hope for what they find. I felt pretty numb and hit pretty hard with this. We were super excited about having a baby. We were, it was such an exciting, amazing thing for us. It was a blessing from God. I remember in that moment just feeling very numb, very much feeling in shock.
Very numb.
And really feeling that hurt of like, God, this is not how it was meant to go. This is not right.
And
this
certainly
was not where we expected it.
Hadn't experienced that with either of our other pregnancies. So it was a real shock to be sitting there in the waiting room waiting to hear whether or not the baby was still there.
Yeah, exactly. But we made a commitment together in that moment. We were going to hold strong in our faith to Jesus, and we were going to pray. We were going to go hard for that. We were not going to talk about what the doctors have said or what it could be. We were just going to talk about what Jesus said. And I remember praying in that feeling of shock and just being like, God, give me a word. What do I pray? What's your word that I can pray and declare in this moment? And immediately a scripture rose up in my heart, which is from John 10:10, which was Jesus speaking, and he said, the thief comes only to steal, kill, and destroy, but I have come that you could have life and have it abundantly. And I immediately just knew, Jesus, this is what you came for. Yeah. You've given us that promise for us and our family, our kids, even our unborn kids. And so we're going to declare life and life abundantly. So I feel like for 5 hours...
That's what we did.
We probably made little bits of conversation, but I feel like I was too in shock to really talk about much else. Right. But we just prayed that and just kept saying we declare life abundantly over Kyra, over this baby.
That's right. And we got our friends and family and those close to us to do the same. We shared that same scripture and were praying for life.
We had an army declaring that from everywhere.
And then we held on to that promise. They did some blood tests, said that would take a time to come back to us. And then, probably at that 5 hour mark, I think, they took us in for a scan and, they laid me down on the bed and said, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the screen away so you can't see anything. I'm going to check things out. This is, what we're looking for. And I promise I'll explain everything once I go through it, but I'll just look first myself and then we'll talk
give
through.
Me a few minutes. Once I've seen it all and documented it all, then I'll turn around and explain it to you. So,
And in that moment while I was lying there, suddenly we realised that symptoms had changed.
Yeah.
We didn't know when it had happened, but my stomach was different. Things felt different.
Yeah. The whole shape and feel of everything was like, suddenly we were like, oh, this feels totally different. Something's completely changed, and we don't know what or exactly when, because in the waiting room not that long ago it had been totally different in that moment. And
so she did the scan, and
within less than 5 seconds.
Less than 5 seconds was like, oh, here's a
a healthy
baby, and there's no signs of any issues that I can see at all.
Yeah,
and so
turned the screen around to us and we just saw the baby kicking and moving, which was just
amazing.
I burst into tears.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was a really strong blubbering mess.
Yeah. Exactly. But we just thank God he gave us a word to hold on to, and we held on and we prayed, and
he changed our story.
A miracle. Yeah, he changed our story.
Yeah, absolutely.